Hello, man. Hope you've had a very good day. Hope you've had a good week. We are at Friday. So to this one here, why most people don't succeed. Now, some would begin with the first point of saying because they give up. Some would say they have a fear of failure, and so on. And yes, indeed, of course, a fear of failure is a big thing. It's like trying to ride a bicycle up a hill, but you know you will never make it to the top. So instead of continually trying, you just give up, because you know the attempt itself is pointless. Thus, if you don't try, you don't fail. But you see, along with all of that, I believe another reason most people do not succeed is a fear of change. Not just change, but in a sense of comfort. If they understand where they are is safe, and they understand that embarking on this may cause them to not be as safe, not be as secure. For instance, riding up that hill. One could fall backwards down the hill and end up hurting themselves. So it is easy to understand how one could just walk along and ignore the hill, because it is much safer to do so. But this is the thing. That person has no idea what they're missing up there. They have no idea if the journey it takes to reach the top of that hill, for however difficult it is, they have no idea that the end result will be far better than where they are. They don't know. Now we can bring the fear into it. The fear of failure. But that is the thing about failure. People fear failing, because failure sounds as something that's bad. It sounds as something that you don't want to happen. It sounds as something detrimental to you. Failure sounds as a downgrade, as if you've taken an L. You've fallen off. You failed. But the thing is, few people understand this, but most don't. They don't understand that failure is the key. They don't seem to grasp how rich failure is. For many, they run from failure. Oh no, I never want to fail. So because you never want to fail, it means you never want to try. Thus, because you never try, you never accomplish anything. You never succeed. You never know what it is like on top of that hill. You will not know what it's like to accomplish the journey of riding up that hill. You will never know what the feeling is like to even experience and accomplish the journey. Forget what the goal is for a second. You will miss the experience of the journey itself because of failure. Oh, I fear failing. Oh, don't look at me, I'm a failure. But the thing is, many businessmen, many successful people in life, they will tell you they have failed so many times. And many of them will tell you they failed, and they would laugh and smile as they tell you of their failures. Why? Because where you see them now is success. You only see the success they have now. You do not see the hard work, the long nights, the sleepless nights, the insomnia, the overthinking, the poor diets, the sacrifices made for one to accomplish that success. You see none of that. From your comfortable position, you see just their success, but you did not see the pain they suffered, the failure they encountered. You did not see the blood, sweat and tears they bled and perspired just to get there, just to be that successful. Risk. There are many things in life we can say are risky. Oh, that is a risk, I will not do that. That is too risky, I will not do that. There are certain things you understand that are completely pointless. It is clearly risky and stupid to do that, clearly. But trying to better your life, trying to improve upon yourself, trying to seek a better job or career, trying to just be better, trying to be more confident, for whatever risks are in front of you in achieving those things and more, understand the achievement outweighs the risk. The achievement outweighs anything it takes to get there, so long as you're not hurting anyone in the process of getting there. You see, look at this. As human beings, it is very easy to associate risk and failure to other things. For instance, I often talk of the failure of relationships, marriage and so on, and the further risks one could have going in, especially in modern day times, with the court systems and, in a sense, the almost ridiculous power women have when you commit to them through the system. But my point is, if you associate every failure and risk with everything, as in, because you understand your relationships or your marriage failed, thus you think many things in life will fail, no, that is not the point. The point is to see why it failed. The point is to understand from your point of view why it failed. See why it failed. But then to understand it was that. That was one aspect of your life. Because your relationship failed, it does not mean you're a failure. Because your relationship failed. That's not how it works. Many believe this because the world would have you believe it, your friends and family would have you believe it, and you yourself, the master of your self-belief, you believe it. Thus you believe you're a failure. But if your marriage fails and your business becomes a success, do you still regard yourself then as a failure? Because if so, you are only associating your failure with that thing. That's not your entire life failing. No, the rest of your life may actually be successful, but you see yourself as failing because that failed. Your connection with this other person failed. And yes, of course, for as heavy and strong as that is, that does not mean your entire life is now over and has failed. The reason many people don't succeed or fail to succeed is because they give up as soon as they've hit a wall, as soon as they've hit a bump, as soon as they come across an obstacle too difficult to simply overcome as they would have before. So they just give up and turn around. If you understand one aspect of your life is risky, 'tis dangerous, then it makes it easier to separate how much focus you should give to that and how little you should not even care. Most people will not succeed because they have too many boundaries. Not the normal protective boundaries of which one should have to obviously protect yourself, survival being the key instinct we have as human beings. Of course, that is normal. But in a sense, you put these boundaries up because of, let's say, your anxiety. In a sense, your social anxiety. How the world and others see you. How even your family and friends see you. How your spouse, girlfriend, woman may see you. Thus, many people set boundaries upon themselves because of this. They fear being seen another way in the eyes of others. Now, it's not because they can't do this. It's not because they do not have the skill or the will or desire to do this. No. It's the simple thing of other people. The anxiety put upon you by other people and what they may think about you, or your worrying of what others think about you. Thus you will not succeed because you will not try. We have a short amount of time on this planet. Do something stupid and you could suffer for a long time, no matter how short the life is. But with the time given to you, you can either stay there in your safe, comfortable place. You will never try to embark on the hill. You will never attempt to try to be anything more than you are now, or even improve on anything you are now. If you are comfortable in the safeness, then stay there. Do not expect more if you are not willing to do more. Especially as men, we understand nothing is done unless we do. As the givers, nothing is done unless we do. Do you know why most people don't succeed? A lack of self-belief. A lack of self-love. You can dispel love in any way you want, but when you have self-love, you know it is love. Something you feel for yourself. That is not comparable to how you feel for someone else, because this is how you feel for you. And it is because of that lack of self-love and value that would make a person not succeed, not achieve bigger and better things for themselves. Because they don't care about themselves enough. They don't care. Why bother? Why try? Just give up. Of course, success will not fall in your lap. Does not work like that. Of course, you will never achieve anything from your armchair or your bed. Does not work like that. You have to have a passion for your life. You have to have a passion for yourself. You have to understand the value of you and how you can better you. Because you can waste time looking at, staring at, and embodying all of your failures without ever learning from them. You can be the person that fails and lives as their failures. What I have to ask you is, are you like everyone else? Do you want to be like everyone else? Are you content with being like everyone else? So if you understand most people don't succeed, then why would you be content in being like most people? Do you really think so little of yourself? The true fool is the one that's given up before he's even begun to become a better you. Focus. Observe. Remember. The world is yours. Have a nice day.